Believe me or don't believe me, but here's the honest God's truth. The diva died because she ate a shot glass in the middle of that karaoke bar on Santa Monica Boulevard. Which is ironic, right? Because that bitch was always paranoid about getting knifed by some overzealous fan, or shot by some overzealous fan, or mowed down by a bus driven by some overzealous fan. And then she goes and kills her own damn self by eating a shot glass in the middle of that bar on Santa Monica. What was it called? Horse thieves or something? The decor was an old West genocide theme. The bathrooms were like in little teepees out back. You shit in a hole in the ground. The bartenders wore buckskin jumpsuits. Some asshole was always telling you to sit still if you're daguerreotype. Remember, she had the manager put bulletproof glass in front of the table he kept on permanent reserve for her that summer. She sat there almost every weekend, regal and immortal behind the graffiti glass, in her fur wraps, and her mascara, and her clip-on ponytail, with an entourage of boys who had more Botox than she did, but who paid half price for it in Tijuana. As she watched this kid, the peroxide phenomenon from Utah or Iowa or Kentucky, one of those fucking leftovers, who said he was her #1 fan. He showed up in LA earlier that spring, always in sunglasses, even at night, and a tank top that showed off his tattoos. The diva's autograph across his neck like a choker, her entire discography inked down his back. All he ever sang at Horse Thieves was the diva's back catalog, and not just the top 40 stuff either, but her deep cuts too, her B-sides, her Hanukkah album, the album she put out after she had that 4-hour layover in Mogadishu and became an activist. Word got out that summer that the kid was there every night from 7 p.m. until last call, belting out the diva songs, doing vocal riffs and tricks that had no place in human biology, arpeggios and shit. He could duet with himself. It was as close to an untelevised miracle as I'd ever seen. People carpooled from Pomona and Whittier and West Covina just to hear this kid's pipes. The bar made a fortune overnight, every night. They hired the kid as a karaoke artist in residence and put him on payroll. And it was around then that the diva started coming to hear herself for herself. Knowing that she was in the audience hit the kid like poppers. He lost his mind in the spotlight, gooned out on pure sound, sang from the basement of his blood or whatever. He made grown men drive the wrong way home. By that August, it was obvious to every faggot in LA that the world wasn't beautiful enough for both the kid and the diva. Somebody had to go. And one night, the diva showed herself the door. The kid was doing a pitch-perfect rendition of the diva's ballad about vaginal rejuvenation when the diva stood in a kind of underwater daze, smashed a shot glass and ate it, while her entourage looked on and took pictures and yelled, "Oh, you fierce bitch!" Blood dribbled from her mouth almost immediately. She swayed a bit as if riding a pretend train and then fell on the floor dead as a fucking payphone. Somebody checked her breath with a compact mirror and announced no signs of life, the death of an icon, gone too soon, now she belongs to the ages. And the kid kept singing. He couldn't see the back of the bar through his sunglasses, and it didn't matter because the twink entourage carried the diva to one of the TP toilets out back, away from the paparazzi, and waited for her limo to circle around and whisk her back up into the hills where they'd have an organic cremation. A week later, the kid got the diva's birth year and death year tattooed across his forehead. I heard he died of blood poisoning shortly after, which isn't ironic exactly, but kind of funny since the diva's highest charting single was that reggaeton banger about septicemia. But anyway, fuck the old West.